hands go. Just like that. You threw one, you're going to get three back. If you throw three, you don't get anything back. Bones is starting to get the idea. Manning doing a nice job. Keeps that right hand right alongside his head. Blocked that left hook.
It's a good thing that Manny has all those videotapes of Bones Adams, because he probably wouldn't recognize him otherwise to see him now. Shaven, little dye job up top.
Yeah. Quite a bit different than what we saw before. A couple wild punches there by Bones Adams. Right now, Sepeda is kind of controlling the tempo of this fight. Coming forward. Not giving Bones a lot to shoot at. Keeping the range where he wants it. When Bones throws that left hook, he blocks it.
Good left hand scores there. And again to close out the second round. Thursday Night Fights presented by Miller Lite. Joe Tessitore and Scott Ledoux with you ringside at Vaccaro Field in Niles, Ohio. Wednesday night, ESPN and ESPN2 has Major League Baseball. It's a doubleheader. At 7 Eastern, you can check out Barry Bonds as the Giants face the Cards, or some may see the Cubs against the Phils. Plus, the nightcap, the Mariners and Seattle. It's Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN and ESPN2. The punches in round number 2. 14-12, sort of an even round between Sepeda and Adams, but you liked how Sepeda was able to control the first half of that round especially. He
controlled the tempo and where the fight was. Right now, Bones Adams has got a little mouse under his left eye. If you almost a cut, it looks like it might be opened up a little bit.
You know, that started, Scott, at the end of the first round, and it worsened a bit in the second round, but now it's very noticeable here at the start of the third round.
He's catching a little bit. One thing about fighters is you get older, you know, the mind is willing, but the flesh gets weaker.
And Bones Adams may be the oldest 28-year-old that you could ever see in a ring.
I think so.
Not just all that experience, turned pro at 15. A lot of mileage on those tires.
Well, I never thought about that. 15 years old, fighting professional. It's a lot of years to be doing this.
Watch your heads, watch your heads.
Nasty clash of heads as both men came in.
Both guys got banged up there.
Accidental. Accidental.
They're both cut over the eye.
Corner.
Yeah, that is a bad cut on the left eye of Manny Sepeda. Take a look, Scott.
Yeah, very bad cut, and not a good cut with Bones Adams either.
Bones Adams, it is just pumping out.
They lunge in at each other and bang heads. Two battering rams, not giving ground, and they nailed each other.
Folks, we're using the unified rules, so we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds are complete.
Correct.
We may not get that far based on what we're looking at.
There's 2 real bad cuts here. Depending upon where that cut is on Bones's head, if it's close to a vessel or something, they might want to take a look at it.
That bottom rule you see right there under the unified rules, that's going to control the fate of this fight. They're lining up to look at the doctor here. How many times you ever seen this? Take a number.
Who's got the next appointment? That's the question. Which number did Manny get? I don't remember.
Stool. He stole. He wants a stool.
Dr. Richard Hart tending to the cut on Bones Adams.
And the cut man bringing the stool.
Now this is an all-time first. Bones Adams is sitting on a stool during a timeout here in the third round.
Sit down.
As they try to...
Your guy's going to come in too. He can come there. Your guy's going to be able to check it too. Go ahead.
As they try to figure out if this fight can continue.
Both fighters cut badly with them banging their heads, I'll tell you. They really clashed heads.
Both going to work. Let's go.
Now it stopped bleeding, but it's gonna bleed.
Work on it.
Don't worry about it. He's gonna work.
Okay. Go ahead.
What about it?
Scott, this is the middle of a round. Keep in mind, we're in the middle of a round. Both fighters are on their stools as there was a real ugly clash of heads in the middle of the round. And it looks like that Martin Ortiz, the cut man for Manny Sepeda, has gotten a handle of one cut, but Bones Adams and Miguel Diaz, that's the concern as they go to
Put some
work.
grease, doctor.
Okay, go ahead. I'll hold it. There's no grease, so just put it away. That's fine.
Right here.
We're going to go if it doesn't stop.
What we had called? I have to put some stitches in them.
All right, let's just go. Let's see what he does now. We get a stop, and we'll go. Look at this guy. Now we're going to look at this guy, so we get even checked, and then we're done. All right.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
No, he's not okay.
He's going to.
As Manny Sepeda waits.
He's already good. All right. All right.
You see the work done on Bones Adams.
Ready, Bones? Okay. Okay, fellas, you know what this means. We got it. Let's go.
Scott, to look at the two cuts, obviously the cut on Manny Sepeda, which seems to be under control, is in a much worse spot. It's right above the eye.
Very, very important spot there.
On Bones Adams, it is way up on the forehead, almost near the hairline.
You'd have to have eyes in the back of his head for that cut to
All right,
bother.
ready?
I mean, it is a severe cut,
Okay, ready?
but in terms of affecting his vision and his ability to defend himself,
Ready, Bones?
I think I'd rather be Bones right now than Manny.
Go!
So we're back to action here in the third round.
To this point, Manny was controlling his fight.
Keep those heads apart, Doc.
Scott, have you ever seen an instance where in the middle of a round, both fighters were on stools during a timeout while they addressed the situation?
Only here. Only here. First time.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Manny complaining a little bit about grabbing on there and pushing him off. I don't know. Manny's still using that jab very effectively.
Stop! Stop! Step back! Keep those heads still in there.
Now, in Bones Adams' last fight against Guilty Espadas, there's a low blow. What an ugly round this has turned into.
Yep.
So a round that already had a massive timeout is having another one. He gets 5 minutes if he wants it.
If he wants it, he can have it. Manny, there's a stool over there if you want it.
Scott, I can't believe what I'm about to see. We just talked about the fact that for the first time ever, we saw fighters on a stool. And Bernie Forfato just had another stool come into the ring. Manny Sepeda said, no thanks. I've been on a stool once in this round. I don't need to go another time.
Box!
Good shots there by Adams. So the never-ending third round has ended. Let's listen in to the work in the corners.
He's gonna let everything go. That's why he's swinging wild. Keep your hands up. Go ahead and box. That was a good shot to the body. I don't know why the hell they didn't count it. Right on the belt. Right on the butt. It's good. But look, keep that shot down there. It's weakening the body anyway. He's throwing good right hands to the body. We drop the motherfuckers off. All right? Keep your jabs going.
I want to see that work.
No, I'm okay.
I want to see that work. You're working good in there, all right? Okay, you're working good.
Take a deep breath. All right, remember, you get off first, get that jab work everything you got off the jab, man. And get that jab on him, get that jab on him, and work his cut. Work his cut, baby. Work his cut. Come on.
That cut up on the hairline of Bones Adams, still pumping away. What a bad clash of heads we saw in the third round. In his last fight against Guti Espadas, same thing happened. Bones cut over the left eye in the 8th round with a clash of heads. Espadas, there was another clash of heads in the 10th. That was a controversial fight. Stop! He lost a 12-round split decision back in November of 2002 to Guti Espadas. He's been off inactive since then.
I can't see this fight getting too many more rounds into it with the blood flowing like that.